Jesus Christ has said that he has overcome the world, but still there are questions that comes in our way, that why there are so much struggles and challenges in this world, as if there is darkness everywhere. I don't know about everywhere, but I can say about you, about me, and about us all, that how can our life attain light, grace, and beauty. And here we can see that the darkness that we see is about the world or about ourselves. Sometimes it appears as if darkness is in our own eyes, and love is that candle that gives us the vision from inside us. And when we are in love, then we see the same world into a different, brand new version. And when our heart is lit, then the journey of life starts in a new version, because the journey of life is a journey of unknown. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen next moment. Yes, there are so many ways to predict the future, but nothing and nobody can exactly say what's going to happen tomorrow. So future is unknown and past is no longer here anymore, and we have just a small moment of present in which we live. So it is easy to get tempted, misled, or there is fear to get entrapped in unfavorable situations, because most of our deals or affairs of our life is based on past and future, and present is very small moment of the time through which we enter into the eternity. So we are really hurt so many occasions of our life, and when we are really hurt, then no sweet talks ease our heart. No sweet talks pleases us, gives us pleasure when we are really hurt. But what exactly is the state of being hurt? Is it really end, or we have just stumbled? And here Jesus comes out strongly and gives us a message, inspiration, or a faith, or enlighten our hope, that what we are feeling as that we have heard is not exactly that we are hurt. We have just stumbled. And we have a story that even Jesus Christ carrying the cross has stumbled. And yes, now it's not situation but us. It's not the concern of this moment that who has hurt you or me, or what's vital or what's important is this, that the person, you or me, who has fallen down for whatever reason. The question is this, that we will wake up or we will get up or not. In the movie, I've seen a movie named King Kong, in which King Kong, people were scared of King Kong, or somebody wanted to attack King Kong, but there was a girl who faced the King Kong, and see, at once, I don't know, I have not seen the complete movie, I was just seeing a small part of it, and where I find that the girl comes and says to King Kong, enough, I'm not going to be scared by you anymore, no matter what you do. And King Kong does so many different kind of tactics to scare her, but she doesn't get scared, and after that, King Kong gives up. So sometimes we feel the fear of the situation, but we are hurt, and we dwell so much on that why this has happened with me, or how I will get out of it, instead of just seeing the present situation. Like there is a famous story that a person got hit by an arrow, and he spends all his energy in thinking that who is the person who has attacked him, instead of seeking the help or the healing. So instead of seeking that we are hurt, that is our reality. Yes, who has hurt us is some other story that we can deal later when we are healed ourselves. We can answer that person in a better way. But what is the priority of this moment is that when we are hurt, what is important, that if we can get up or not. Are we so much hurt that we cannot get up? Because only those who rise after falling is a real winner. And sometimes the scars of the wounds tells the story of our destination, of our victory. And Jesus was so much wounded, and the blood that came off his body, the people who were giving him blood, maybe they were hurting him or giving him wound. Maybe they were thinking that they have won over Jesus Christ. But now we know that the wounds of Jesus Christ is the story of his victory. So sometimes it is our story also, that when we see that we are hurt, And when we rise back, then we see that these are the story. This becomes our wounds become the story of our success story, and we ourselves tell people that, look, I was wounded so much, but I got up. So what is important that we got up, and there is no better inspiration of rising back from Jesus Christ. Jesus helped Lazarus to get back to life when he was dead, and so many people who were unable to see, they got their vision arises, and they are able to see. There were a person who was paralyzed for about 4 decades, and Jesus Christ, instead of dwelling on this question that your sin is to be forgiven or not, what is the reason behind your sin, what is easier? It is to say that your sin, what is the reason, or to dwell on the just theoretical side of that person reason of paralysis, or this that you arise and walk. And Jesus Christ did this strong side, this challenging side of the work. Instead of dwelling on just mouth talk, he did the action, and he asked a person to get up and walk. So what is important, that no matter what is the reason by which we are hurt, what is important that if we want to rise back or not. And Jesus Christ himself was all wounded, and he was crucified, and he dies, and he resurrects back. So this is our story, that if our love is so important for us or not, that we rise back. What is the aim of our life? Are we searching for something in our life, or this life that we have is already an aim for us, an aim for us? Life, there is nothing more precious than life. Only a person who is about to give up his life realizes that so many aims or destination he or she has been searching for all life, but the moment we are taking our last breath, we realize that yes, our breath, our life is the most precious thing. It was the destiny that God has made us in God's image, and God has given us the breath of God. So this life becomes our greatest treasure. Where is our home in this world, and how can now we break the bond of eternal belonging now? And we have our eternal belonging with divinity, and that is the bridge, realizing which we attain the power of Almighty, and we awake. There are a story of Jesus Christ that he says that he loves us, and may we remain in his love, because when we remain in the love, we realize a divine belonging, and we gain the power from the belonging. No matter how small we feel ourselves in some situation, Jesus used to give a very beautiful reference of mustard seed. That is small, very small, tiny seed, or maybe smallest of the small. So the seed grows into a plant, and his growth or its growth or her there is no his or her, but the seed, small tiny seed, grow into a plant, and then the birds come over it and makes the nest, and there is such growth that is beyond the capacity of the plant of the mustard seed that happens. The same way in our life, when ignoring or overcoming or going beyond our situational reality of how small we feel in this situation, if we grow, and then the birds come, the birds are embodiment of grace, the birds are embodiment of holy grace, then everything comes in our life. But first decision is made by ourselves, that no matter if we are hurt, then are we going to rise back or not? Because what happened with Jesus Christ was, nobody can justify that Jesus would be given such trial and he would suffer so much. But the question with Jesus Christ is not this, that why they are doing this to Jesus Christ. The question was this, that if or when Jesus is going to resurrect back. And this is the spirit that when we fall down, we have to decide that no matter how small we feel ourselves in this situation, are we going to grow in a plant? And when we grow into a plant, then the birds make nest over us, or the tree is the place where the birds make the rest and have a nest. Same way, when we grow, then the grace comes to us, then every kind of help comes to us. But the first decision is made by ourselves, that we want to grow or not. And here I pray that may we make this decision, that we grow, we become, we evolve. And then this is the embodiment of kingdom of heaven, that Jesus Christ has said that the tiny seed grows, and then the bird makes the nest over there. And what is the meaning of the story with the reference of kingdom of heaven? Kingdom of heaven is ruled by God. God is almighty. So when we try to assimilate the idea of kingdom of heaven in us, that from mustard seed side, smallest of small, we feel, or there is another example, Jesus said that the stone that builders has left, that becomes the center cornerstone. The same way, when we feel left over, when we feel broken, are we going to attend the kingdom of heaven? Are we going to deny our situation and rise above or resurrect or not? The moment we say yes to our resurrection, this is the moment we will unite in the Spirit of God, and then the Spirit of God gives us everything. Even the birds of grace come. So many people come to help us. So many people come to our situation becomes favorable for us. But it all started with one decision, that yes, I want to rise. So I pray for your arouse, that your life attain a rise, and you arise. Yes, that's the proper way of saying that you arise, you become awakened, you become enlightened, and you attain all kind of success, no matter how small your capacity appear to you for your big dream, but it is going to grow big. And even the plant from the tree, it will become, and the nest of the grace, and all the resources will come in your way, and you will attain everything that you have desired, and your love will become success. Thank you so much for listening to these words with so much of love. My prayers for you. May God bless you. Thank you.